Let me walk you through the project demonstration of Forgeflow, a powerful real-time collaborative visual workflow builder designed specifically for executing reliable browser automation. It allows teams to visually map out web interactions, execute them durably in the cloud, and monitor every step of the process with full observability. So let's try to log in. Here I'm using Clerk to handle secure authentication, user management, and B2B organization and tenant isolation. So we are getting premium features like AI agents. However, for the sake of simplicity, for showcasing the project, I've already subscribed to the Pro plan. So if you are a new user, you'll be welcome with the free plan, but here I'm using the Pro plan. Now, let's go back to a workflow. All right. But before explaining a workflow, let me talk about the technologies that we are using here. Obviously, we're using Neon for the serverless Postgres database, which is securely storing the organization owned workflow graph snapshots. However, for the background jobs, which will be happening, we are using Trigger.dev. So, Trigger.dev is a durable background job engine. So, instead of risking a timeout on a web request, Trigger.dev is handling the heavy lifting like executing the workflows reliably in the background, handling retries, and also streaming the live progress metadata back to the UI. So, the metadata that you see here is being streamed back here from the Trigger.dev. As for the browser automation, we are using BrowserBase. So BrowserBase provides us with the cloud hosted browser sessions and also capturing the authenticated HLS video replays of the automation. So whatever we are doing in the workflow is being recorded and it's being streamed back to us with the help of BrowserBase. However, for the nodes like action nodes or extract nodes like these, we're using Stagehand, which converts natural language into reliable browser actions, which eventually powers the intelligent AI nodes we have, right? So let's observe this workflow first. So we have a start node, we have a URL, and we ask our extract node that we need to extract the titles and links, and we need to sanitize the output, and we eventually send that output to our email, right? What I'm doing here is that I'm using resend, the transactional email engine we have. So it's powering the send email overflow node, so ensuring that emails are delivered reliably with a strict idempotency, right? So even if a workflow retries, it doesn't accidentally spam a user, right? So because anything could fail anytime, right? So even if it retries, I don't want to be spammed with the emails that we have. So if let's try to run this workflow meanwhile. There we go. However, if there are any extra errors, we'll be able to monitor them with the help of Sentry, which is our error handling engine that we have. So what Sentry is doing is that it's ensuring the operational safety and reliability. So it's monitoring the Next.js frontend, server endpoints, and edge runtimes to catch any exceptions, like anything that's happening in the background which could fail. So we'll be able to trace performance bottlenecks and capture errors before they can impact the user. There we go. Let me close this. So as we can see that, give me 1 second. We have a workflow which is being executed with the help of Trigger.dev. You'll be able to see the complete workflow data here, logs, and all the information that you need. And as it's happening, it's also being streamed back to the nodes. So as they are working here, we are also getting the metadata back. And once it has finished, we'll be able to see the session replay with the help of BrowserBase because it's spinning a headless browser inside it. So the first seconds would be a bit blackish because the browser is being started. However, once it has started and started performing the actions, we'll be able to see the entire thing in action. Now if we go here, we see the browser base acting. The AI nodes are reading and extracting the information, and eventually they'll send the information to us. There we go. So we can have complex things as well. Let's say if I want to configure a Porsche, we can also do that. Give me 1 second. There we go. So I've already done this because it's going to take a lot of time, but we'll be able to see the session replay. What it's doing is that eventually I've got it to open the website where I can configure my Porsche. Then it's going to find all the clickable elements on the page. And I've told the agent node, which is a very powerful AI node, to choose some different colors for me, right? Then we have a summary and it's going to send the summary back to my email, right? So let's see how it works. Here, the browser is still spinning up. Once it has opened, I can see there's a white 911 Carrera. All right, let's move ahead a bit. Now we can see the agent is choosing different colors, different rim colors, different seats. So the agent is doing what we asked it to do, and it's happening without any human input whatsoever. Sure, we are inputting what it needs to do, but most of it is being automated. That's how powerful Forgeflow is. That you have complete browser automation and actions without you needing to personally manually inputting everything. Eventually, there's one thing that I want you to know is that we're also using live blocks. So live block is the real-time engine that is powering our multiplayer canvas. So it's allowing multiple team members to see cursors, edit nodes, and build workflows simultaneously without stepping on each other's toes. So if I open this in another tab, let's say, there we go. Let's open this, right? So what's gonna happen is that let's say if there's an extra person here, like someone has opened this project from the same organization we have invited someone and they have opened this, we'll be able to see the cursor here and we'll be able to see the changes that you are making. So let's say if this is person 2 and they make any change here, they create a new workflow, we'll be able to see the workflow in our application as well. So I refresh it and I'm seeing that the workflow is being there. However, if they're working alongside us here, we'll be able to see the cursor here as well. That's how powerful the live blocks is. So eventually, we're using live blocks for the multiplayer builder experience, saving state to Neon, and handling off the execution to Trigger.dev, which commands browser base and stagehand to do the web scraping and automation, and sending notifications via resend and monitoring the entire life cycle with the help of Sentry. So it's a very incredibly robust production ready architecture that you can use. And if you want to know more about the canvas that we're using with the help of React Flow, you can click here. You'll be able to see the canvas controls. You'll be able to see the nodes, what they are doing and why they are doing. So all of these nodes, uh, action node, extract node, observe node, agent node, these are AI power nodes. And AI agent node being the most powerful agent node we have. So observe node is an agent node, extract is an agent node, act is an agent node, but among them, agent one is the most powerful one. So you can ask it to do anything that you want. The last example would be to have it observe my GitHub profile, which we can also see. So whatever browser automation that you need, you'll be able to do it with the help of Forgeflow. That's all for the Forgeflow, and I'll see you later.